Now we're at a stage with the Evo where the shell is completely rubbed down. It's now ready to get this in the spray booth for... Whoa, Rob!
How? Mate, we're painting that. Actually, it's even worse. I've got to take the bumper off.
Mate, it's going back to Mercedes tomorrow. Well, I only got it since my Merc's on for service.
I'm supposed to be pulling that Evo today. Mate, this is bumper off. I've got to clip all these plastics back in.
You're going to have to sort this out. I'm done. I can't even get it in.
Have had a go at getting all these plastics back in. Now these are two separate bits, but I'm going to have to take the bumper off anyway because this scratch has slightly gone a little bit too deep, scuffed some paint off here, so I'm going to have to paint it properly. Going to get the bumper off, pull these plastics apart, get this repaired and painted, then I can get all these plastics and that clip back in and get the bumper back on. This wouldn't be a Mercedes without stripping half a car apart just to remove a red bumper. I had to take the rear lights out, which meant removing part of the boot interior, and ideally I could have done with taking both rear wheels off just to get the wheel arch liners out to remove the fixings behind it that were holding the bumper on, as they were in such awkward places. With the bumper now off, and Rob comes over in perfect time.
I don't really want to talk about it. Well, see, the thing is, I didn't put those there, and it's not my issue, mate. It's now your issue. So, can you get it done, please? Tell you what, mate. I'm gonna get those drain covers moved before something else runs into them.
Put now on a stand and a closer look at these plastics. Luckily Rob hasn't done no further damage and these will just simply unclip from the bumper. Now this is one whole piece other than these two ends, so this will just unclip from the bumper. I've got to release this loom as well for the rear parking sensors, but these will just unclip out of here easy enough if I leave them. Yeah, can I do it? If I leave them plugged in. Oh yeah, look at that, one-handed. Repairs come out really nice, just as I thought. The scratches come straight out using a bit of 320 on a DA, then by hand just flatten it down using a bit of 800 wet. So this now allows me to get a little bit of aerosol primer on here just to seal it up. But oh my god, I have to say, the clear coat on this is like a ceramic clear. I've known of Mercedes to use it in the past, whether they still do or not, but geez, the clear coat is just so tough to prep. We used two brand new grey Scotch Brights, two brand new 1000 grit prep pads, and it still looks like it needs more prep. After I checked my repairs and I was happy, I put the bumper in the spray booth, grabbed my guns and suited up. I set my base coat gun to 2 bar of pressure. I applied 2 full coats, drying them in between, and then turned my gun down to 1.5 bar of pressure, applied a drop coat, and using this Baslac waterborne base coat it was pretty effortless. I blended out when necessary, got full coverage and was on to clear coat. Much like the base coat, I'm using a Baslac clear coat here as well. This is a 2-to-1 mixed clear coat with no thinners. So I set my SAR phaser to 2.2 bar of pressure, applying 2 full coats, giving it 10 minutes between each coat. Once I'd let the bumper stand for around 20 minutes, I come back and checked it, and it was ready for a bake. The bumper's just now had a 20-minute bake, and it's looking really, really good. Last thing I've got to do now is get this built back up. I'm up against time a little bit now, so I need to go get Rob, get the trim put back in this, and get it back on the car. You want me to go in my end first?
Yeah, mate. You do your end out first.
One final check to do on the Mercedes. Now the rear bumper's back on in place, and this could end up being an awkward one. I need to check there's no lights on the dash from where I've had the rear lights and the parking sensors unplugged. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, there isn't, because if it is, it's going to be super awkward with having to take this back to Mercedes. So, moment of truth. I think I'm going to take that as a win. In just 24 hours, I've had the rear bumper off this Mercedes GLE, repaired it, painted it, put it back together, and now it's ready for Rob to take back to Mercedes, and hopefully it gets him out of hot water. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, drop us a comment down below if you want to see more of this content. Subscribe to the channel, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.